Well, looks like we got some snow. And it's about 10:30 or so. And, well, solar heat is taking its toll. It's a little warmer than it was yesterday. Today is a follow-up of yesterday's utter disaster on this laser connector. Your laser connector, your ribbon connector should never come like this. See how it's just an open end? It's got contacts that circle around to the top. And I don't know, it may or may not have both of these end tabs on it. I snapped one side off trying to show how to get this. There's supposed to be a black catch installed here. Well, one YouTuber had his laser arrive with that catch apparently missing. It's not supposed to be like that. So this thing is screwed down, so let me prepare the patient here, and then I'll show you exactly what I mean. And I'll also show you that all is not lost if you break only one side of the connector off. As you will see here, this is my good replacement laser unit, and I broke one side of that connector off. It might still be around here. I don't know, it probably got lost. But it's so tiny. Oh well, anyway. You'll see that I broke one side off when we get this cover off. Okay. As you can see, this connector, this is almost what a normal connector should look like. Right here, where my screwdriver is pointing, you'll notice that it looks different than the other side. The other side has the little catch here on it. Well, a catch just like it existed on the other side until I broke it off. However, as you can also see, the catch is doing its job and is holding the ribbon cable in the connector. But you got to be very careful. See that? See how it's cockeyed? It's supposed to swing. It's not supposed to just rattle in there like that. So you kind of got to be careful from then on. If you think you can handle it, and you've come across if you come across one of these laser units without the catch on it, without the clamp, well, for your old laser unit, the best way to take it out is to just snap one side of the connector off, because the laser unit's broken anyway. You're not going to do any harm. And then just do what I did back there. Just let me put it back in again. Whoops. There's also, hey, the video's catching that. There's one side with grooves on it like that, and the other side is smooth. Well, the side with the grooves in it goes up to mate with the contacts in the connector. You just put this in at an angle. And in my case, I just ease the other side in because the one side of the connector is broken anyway. If you have a connector that is actually whole, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to start one side like I did, and then very carefully try to get the other side past the connector, past the little catch on the connector, I don't think Sony's gonna let me do this. Let's see if I can get in there. Whoops, he was doing fine until he tried to focus. I'm trying ever so slightly to... You might be able to see that on the catch right where my fingernail is. How you're supposed to try guiding this cable in, or this clamp in. But it's a really delicate process, and it's a 99.9% chance you're going to break one side of the connector off. So, my advice is to make sure that your laser unit has one of these clamps on it. I'm not aware of any lasers that call themselves the KES400A that don't have this style of connector. There might be some that have a different style of connector where it's entirely enclosed and it doesn't have the catch. And I mean, it's just a slot. In that case, you just push your cable in and until it seats, and then you jerk it back just slightly, and it should stay. It's like a normal connector. But I'm pretty sure that all of the laser units have this clamp on it. So if you don't have the clamp, and if it's just a connector, you can test that easily by just trying to put the cable in. If you put the cable in and it seats, and then you let go of it and it's just all floppy, well, you need this clamp to clamp it down. So if you at all possible can, go back to the person you bought it from and ask them for one that's working. Because putting this clamp back on, transferring it from an old laser unit to a new one, in my experience, it's practically impossible to do without damaging the connector, like I've done. I mean, I got lucky here, and I mean, my connector still works, and the laser unit still works. I tested that, but why bother going through all this trouble when you can just exchange it for something that works? The point of the video was to show the warning about this stinking clamp. I just can't believe, well, actually I can believe that there would be people on eBay that do this, but it's really a disservice to buyers, and it confuses the shit out of them. They don't know if they got a working part, and they go to put their cables in and they have them fall out, and well, they consider it to not be a working part, and well, that's valid. It's not working because the part's not complete. So make sure you have that clamp if you get this style of connector.